Bonita Afrobomb TV, and today's topic is very important to me, and I'm trying to find a way to condense it in as short of a video as I can because I don't want to lose your attention. I just want to get to the point. So as you can tell by the title, today's topic is about how to be a confident Black woman. Now, in saying that, this does not mean that if you are not a Black woman, these tips cannot apply to you. It does not mean that. What it does mean is that there are certain situations and certain circumstances that Black women specifically face that other women do not face. It does not mean that these situations cannot happen to other people. It does mean that it's not happening to them because they are who or what they are. So it'll make more sense as I go on with the video, but please, if you've made it this far already and you're not a Black woman, I want to say thank you, but also to not only find a way to apply these tips to yourself, but to have consideration of what other people and other women go through. Because we have situations where we say, oh, you know, I'm a feminist, or I'm pro women's rights and I'm for helping women and I want all women to feel like they're equal and all women to feel like they're happy. But when it's time to specifically break up the problems that are faced within Black women, we're like, oh, well, it's about all women. And yes, it is. It is about all women. But if we can't address the different issues that Black women have, and you call yourself a feminist, then how are you a feminist? Because she's still a woman. If you can't address and understand the problems of an Asian woman, but you call yourself a feminist, how are you a feminist? You're not even looking at the specific problem. So yes, as women, we have our overall spectrum of problems, but we also have problems broken down within each race. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to say that this topic is so like interesting. But okay, so first I want to say that everyone knows it's hard being a woman. Women don't have equal pay. You know, they say women don't have equal rights. Women don't get the same treatment that men get. And we all know how it is for Black people, not just in America. You have to understand that the context of being Black is worldwide. That's just not a context that occurs just in America. Imagine being both. You're like a double minority. Imagine being a Black woman. If you already said, oh, it's hard for women, you say, oh, it's hard for Black people. Well, okay. So first, sisters, let me say one thing. You're beautiful. Period. Like, that's the first thing. So this is about confidence. So the first thing that I have to say is be confident in knowing that you're beautiful. And knowing that your hair is beautiful, your complexion is beautiful. In saying that, I'm gonna do a whole different video about cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation. When we do different hairstyles or partake in certain activities that are common among Black people, that are common among Black culture, we understand it and we're like, oh yeah, we've been doing that for years. I've been wearing cornrows, or I've been having my hair like that, or I've been doing that for years. You know, I've had braids in my hair for years. And it's like, when we do it, it's like, okay, well, you're doing that, you look very, you know, that's very ethnic. I hate the ethnic section in stores. Ethnic, like, what? When they say, oh, the ethnic section, and it's all Black hair products. Okay. I see what you were doing here. Anyways, so when we do certain things, it's like, oh, it's very Black, or it's very ethnic, or it's very cultured. But it's kind of disregarded, like, oh, that's what Black people do. And then it's like, if someone else does it, that's not Black, normally dominant culture, dominant society, wherever it is in the context that it's being used in, it's like, oh, this new fad, this new trend, it's streaming all over the world. And it's like, really? Like, you didn't see me doing that in 1932? Like, this is not new to us. So as Black women, I know we get so frustrated with that, but to say that it's okay, just love and embrace who you are anyway, and understand that your appreciation for your culture or for your personal beauty has to come within. And also saying that in terms of beauty, what I do is I don't have a problem with any type of people. I don't. But I have a strong interest in making sure that the images that I allow to come into my view, because you know, if the eyes are the windows to your soul, everything you see is powerful. Everything you see, everything you hear, anything that you engage your senses with is extremely powerful. So I'm careful and very selective about the images that I allow to come through my eyes. I want to see images of Black women happy, Black women being successful, Black women with their natural hair, Black women who are not bleaching their skin, altering their Black features by, you know, certain surgeries and stuff like that. It's not that I have a problem with people who do it, but I just feel like in doing that, you're diluting your beauty. You're not really understanding what your beauty is. And in saying that, like, I have no problem with people who wear weave and stuff like that. I wear wigs. So it's not like I have a problem with people doing that. It's that if you're gonna wear a wig, still have your natural hair taken care of. If you're gonna wear fake nails, you can wear fake nails, but still have your real nails taken care of. None of this stuff is ever meant to erase your beauty. It's supposed to enhance your beauty. So if you're like, you know what, I want pink hair today, but I don't want to dye my own, so I'm going to wear a wig that's pink. Boom, problem solved. So in saying that, your beauty generates from within, and your confidence is going to generate from within, because you can look however you look to society, and society can call you ugly, funny looking, whatever they want to say about you. But if your confidence is generating from within, you're gonna be beautiful regardless. And on top of that, you're gonna be like, I'm not just beautiful because I, you know, take care of my physical features, but I'm beautiful because I'm intelligent. I'm beautiful because I'm hardworking. I'm beautiful because I'm determined. So part of that first step in building your confidence is writing your own definition of beauty. Okay, so second thing for being more confident as a Black woman to me would be goal setting. Setting goals, concrete goals with measurements, with dates. I want to have this amount of, you know, my homework done for the semester on this day. You know, like actualizing the information by having specific details of what you want done, of how you want it done. That really helps. Again, yes, anybody could do this, but I see a lot of times in our own culture, as we goal set, we kind of set broad goals, and then we say, okay, well, I have to keep in mind that when I'm setting this goal, I'm in competition with others. And that's another confident thing. I feel like to boost that confidence, you have to set even the smallest goal and reward yourself for it. So if you say, I'm gonna clean my car out this week on Friday by 3 o'clock. I didn't do it to where I said 1:33, you know, nothing too specific. 3 o'clock. So now I know I have from whenever I wake up until 3 o'clock to get it done. I can get it done at 2:55, but it needs to be done by 3 o'clock. So, you know, enough detail to where you understand exactly it needs to be done, but also leave yourself a little room for life, because things do happen. You may say that on Friday, you know, you wanted your car cleaned out by 3, but Thursday night you got off of work at 9 and you were more tired than you expected to be, so you overslept. You slept till about 12, but by the time 12 came, it began to rain. You get what I'm saying? So when setting goals, also leave room for like life errors and like life, because things happen, but be realistic with yourself and have like a concrete set date. Okay, so third, for confidence, feel like a lot of the confidence that Black women have can be kind of like shifted often because we often feel unprotected. And I say that because this has been something that I've been talking to people about in social media like for the longest, feeling unprotected. There's a lot of situations where things happen to girls who aren't Black, and I'd say most of the yeah, I would say mostly white people. And like something happens and everyone's up in arms. Everyone's, oh my gosh, we have to do something today. It must be stopped. We can't let this happen to another girl. The whole world has to stop and figure out today what happened to her. Oh my God. And then something happens to a Black girl. Same exact thing happens to a Black girl. And they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, that was unfortunate. What was she doing? Why was she there? Why would she be there? You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at the person like, whoa, she's a victim, just like this girl is a victim. It's looked at like, well, why was she there? Well, she could have been anywhere else but there. So, why was she be there at that time? What was she doing? You know what I'm saying? Instead of there's no questions asked on the other end. The other end has no questions. The other end is just like, oh, okay. You know what? We're gonna figure it out today. We're all gonna go outside. We're gonna do a search party from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. for 10 weeks straight. Like we're not gonna stop. We're persistent. And Black women are just kind of like, okay. I've been seeing multiple situations where now this is probably something that this video's gonna jump around a little bit. But bear with me. Sometimes like you see other minorities, and you'll only understand this truly if you are a minority or if you are a Black person specifically. But when there's not a lot of Black people around, maybe like at your job or maybe like at a party or a social event or something like that, you don't feel uncomfortable, but you feel like, I have to be prepared for the things that's gonna happen. And not in a sense like, I don't know how to speak to people, because speaking to people is not a problem. Speaking to people has never been a problem. But like, you have to think in terms of, I can't be too guarded, but I also can't be too open either, because you don't want to get to a situation where everyone's so comfortable that people start using, you know, the N-word or like, you know, things like that, where it's like, I don't want to like bring the wrong message, but I also don't want to be standoffish. So you're like in this awkward position, and then people say awkward things like, oh yeah, you know, back in the, you know, 1800s when they used to work hard. And you're like, they? 1800s? Like, what are you referring to? And it's just like, you're in this awkward situation where you're like, sometimes we have like this, well, me personally, I have like this misconception that other minorities are like with us. And it's like, when it's time to like be a part of the culture or do a new dance trend or wear a new outfit or listen to a new Migos song or, you know, something that's like Black or like culturally hot at the moment, it's cool. But when it's time for like social events, everybody's like, oh, you know, that hey, just, it's another Black fatality. It's not like, oh, an event for everyone. So in saying that, I mean, that's Black people in general, but like, I was saying that to say that I've seen a group of minorities dragging Black women, and I thought like, okay, like they'd be like, no, like don't talk about them like that because Black women are dope, Black women are lit, da 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 da. They were dragging Black women. They was like, yeah, that's why they wear weave, that's why they do this, that's why they're all this other stuff. I'm like, ma'am, really? You're saying that? Same shit, different stop. Are you kidding me right now? So it's like, you know, I'm not gonna say exactly, you know, who did it or whatever, but if you understood the analogy I just said, you're gonna get what I'm saying. But like, it's literally like, wow. So I'm protected in that sense. And I also feel like when we have like Black men or Black athletes who are interested in non-Black black women, it doesn't even necessarily mean they're just interested in white girls. It just means they're interested in other women, which is fine. Love and be interested in whoever you want. But like when you ask them, well, you know, why not black women? Or, you know, why do you like Stacy? I don't know. It's never like, oh, because Stacy is loyal and beautiful and funny and Stacy always helps me out. Like, it's always like, because black women are loud, ghetto, rude, aggressive. Like, and it's like, first of all, not all of us are like that. Second of all, there are other people in other cultures and races who are like that. So it's like, what you're saying is a generalization. So you're going to be able to feel that once you grasp your own concept of beauty. You have your goal setting, so you have all of these things that you're putting out into the universe to also bring you back some income, some revenue. Protecting yourself, first and foremost. Don't let anybody say anything bad about you. Don't let anybody say something bad about other women in general. But especially don't let them say anything bad about black women. When you know black women aren't being protected, aren't being stood up for. If someone says something about, you know, anybody else, you know someone's gonna say something. They're not gonna let that just get swept under the rug. But it's when it's time to talk about black women, people are like, okay, well, and no one's saying anything. Don't be like that. So in saying that also, I understand that it's important for us to support ourselves financially. So like when we have situations where we may be depending on other people or other persons for income, as far as like, I'm not working, I'm waiting for John to pay my bill, or I'm waiting for Chris to pay my bill, whoever it is, I'm waiting for someone else to pay my bill. Well, as soon as that is snatched away from you or taken away from you, or something shifts and he can't give you as much or something, it puts you in a situation where you have to be like, oh snap, well now I gotta figure something out. If you put yourself in a situation where you support yourself and you protect yourself, then you'll be fine. And you want to protect yourself. You want to keep yourself in a situation where you don't have to worry. Life is going to happen. So you might be in between jobs, or you may be in a situation where you may be out of work for a few months because of you having to heal from an injury, or, you know, something of the sort. But even in those cases, you want to do such a great job of protecting yourself and setting yourself up for greatness and for life, as I call it, that anything can be thrown at you, anything can happen, and you still would be protected. You still would be comfortable enough to make it through that situation. Because just as bad times don't last forever, things aren't always good either. Lastly, my third one, which is a really big one, is a support system. And you will find a lot of confidence once you have a support system when you're surrounding yourself by confident women who have similar goals and are also similar in the sense of trying to achieve anything that you may be trying to achieve, or not the same exact thing, but they have a goal and they're striving to get it. You see how all of this is like interconnected? It really is. But this is just ways you can get confidence easily just by surrounding yourself. They say you're most like the three women, or excuse me, you're most like the three people you are around most. So in this context, I'm thinking of the three women that I'm around most. You're gonna be most like them. You're gonna eat the things that they like to eat because you're hanging out with them all the time. They're gonna eat the things you like to eat. They might even try a few hairstyles that you've tried because you're like, oh my God, yeah, I loved when she wore these. I'm gonna wear, you know, this hairstyle. So it's like you've become a reflection of that. And have you ever had like a group of friends or a group of people and like you're like, I can tell you guys are friends. Like I just knew y'all would be friends because y'all all had that look. Y'all had that we friends look. So it's like the same way, like you can see that in other people can see that in you. So if you're trying to start a business, surround yourself with some entrepreneurial women, some women who want to start their own businesses as well. You're trying to be a yoga instructor, surround yourself by other women that want to be yoga instructors. Just keep a strong support system, because also when they're lacking, maybe they're not feeling beautiful, or maybe they're having problems setting their goals, or maybe they don't feel protected. That's when you step up and you're like, sis, I got you. Like, what's wrong? Like, I can probably only give you $5, but I can give you something. Or, you know, let's work on our goal. I gotta talk to one of my friends, and we said we're gonna have a day out of the week where we meet up together and we plan stuff for our future businesses. That's powerful. That there's so much power in that support, the fact that we're going to meet up together and discuss future. Because a lot of people who aren't confident, a lot of people who are poor, and I'm not just saying monetarily poor, I'm saying they're missing things that cause you to be rich. Love, confidence, happiness. People who are missing those things that enrich you, that bring you love, confidence, pride, they're poor. And they don't think futuristically. They think right here, right now. This is what's happening. I'm sad and I'm upset. I don't like it. So you have to have that forward thinking. You have to be like, no, excuse me. Look, ma'am, when your friend's going through it, you have to be the person that when your friend is going through it, you create a support system where it's like, okay, listen, I know you're upset, I get it, you're having a moment, but I need you to pull it together. Because remember that goal? I have a cheat sheet helping me with this video, but remember that goal that we set? You're behind. What can I do to help you? We need to get to it. And that's important. Even like with girls in general, with women in general, they try to say women are so catty and women are so, feisty. And it's like, if one girl in a room is beautiful, like she's automatically competition and everybody else starts to feel insecure or hate her. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. Why can't we all just be in a room winning? She is beautiful. She's bad too. Look at her. Did you see me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of having like that competitive spirit, have that gathering spirit where instead of like, we're like, I don't like her. And you don't even know her. You're like, you know what? It's probably the shoes. Let me get to know her so I can have some fly shoes like that too. I like the way she carries herself. Look at her confidence. Look at her confidence. And as you talk to people, you're gonna talk to people who, of course, have some days where they're not confident. You're gonna have some days because there's a balance to everything. There's a yin and yang to everything. So just as you're gonna have days where you're confident, you're gonna have days where you're not confident. You're gonna have days that you're not confident, but they're gonna be countered by the days that you do feel confident. So when you talk to confident people, they're going to be women who feel beautiful and comfortable in their skin. And even if they did decide to somewhere along the line get some type of like surgery or get something that may modify them, it's all for the greater good of feeling beautiful, for their internal self. So they're confident within. They're confident with, through their appearance. They understand how society sees them, but they also understand how they see themselves, which is more important. Goal setting. They're out there getting goals. Like Alicia Keys said, she's on fire. She is blazing the path as she goes, setting her goals and accomplishing them. A lot of people can write some really good goals, but like when it's time to execute, it's like, what happened? Didn't you write something? I could have sworn you wrote a goal. You know what I'm saying? And they never finish it. Protecting ourselves. I'm just doing a quick recap. Protecting ourselves. If you don't stand up for you, you cannot expect your neighbor to stand up for you. Because your neighbor's probably looking at you like, you should be able to handle this. Why can't you stand up for yourself? Why do I have to stand up for you? They gotta stand up for themselves. So you stand up for you, and you stand up for women, and you stand up for black women. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your job. That's your goal. Stop waiting for somebody else to do it. Stop sitting there like, well, I don't have to say it. Tracy Ellis Ross is gonna say something. No, you say it. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your women. Okay? Support yourselves. and have a strong support system. Have a strong group of women where if one of us are feeling down, another one of us is like, hey, it's alright, I got y'all. I'll be the laughter today. You know, or someone is going through something, you know what? Just stay at my house for a couple of days. We're gonna get it out. Bad breakup, girl, sleep on my couch. We gonna watch movies, girl. We're gonna get over it together. Create that bond. So if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you. I know it was such a long video, but there's so much more topics coming. But that topic is very, very exciting and interesting to me. And it's to say again, think of it in a context as just supporting each other. But before you support other people, you have to support yourself. And if you can't look in the mirror and love yourself, and you can't look in the mirror and say, I may not like my nose, but I'm still beautiful and I can work on that, instead of saying I need to fix, you know, my hair. Don't say I need to fix my hair. Say maybe I should try a different hairstyle. You know, if you're saying I don't like my skin tone, you can say, well, my skin tone's beautiful. Maybe I should use some more enriching products, like some shea butter. You know, something to kind of add to it. So don't ever doubt yourself. Being confident, it starts within. Being confident starts within. Being confident starts within. It starts with you, and it starts right now, right after this video. It probably started after the first one, once you noticed how beautiful you were. You were like, oh my God, I'm so beautiful. I forgot. Thank you for watching. Please share this video, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, work on your confidence. Work on your confidence. Before you start trying to help other people and build up other people, work on your personal confidence. You can do it. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Have a fun day. Have a frotastic day. Every day can be frotastic. But thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that goodness. Bye guys.